Hi, welcome back to this second video in the series on similar shapes. Okay, so we're going to look at how to calculate missing lengths this time. So the previous video, if you haven't already watched it, is on finding the scale factor. Please do that. Please watch that one before this one, or you're not going to be able to follow it very easily. Okay, so we're looking at similar shapes, finding the missing lengths. Now these are really popular GCSE questions, and they do get more involved. These are the basics for now. We will move on to some more complicated questions over the next couple of videos. So the first thing we're going to do when we've got our similar shapes is we're going to find our corresponding sides. And actually quite often when you've been given a missing length, you will always be given usually one missing length. Sometimes there's more than one to find, okay, but you're always given one pair of corresponding sides. You have to be, otherwise you can't find out the scale factor, okay? So always be looking out straight away for those corresponding sides. In this case, it's these base sides here. And we're going to calculate what the scale factor is there. Okay, and that has been multiplied by 3. Okay, so our scale factor is 3. So this is very much like finding equivalent fractions actually, because whatever we've done here, we're just going to do to this side. So if we know that this shape is 3 times bigger than this shape, we're just going to multiply that 12 by 3 to get 36 centimetres as our missing length. Okay, so you'll use the two corresponding sides where you've got the information to calculate your scale factor, and I showed you how to do that on the last video. And then we use the one other side that we're usually given to calculate our missing length. Okay, let's have a look at another one. So similar thing this time. Similar thing, similar shapes. Oh dear. Right then, so how do we get from 4 to 10? And now they start to get a little more tricky, okay? Some of these numbers get a little less pleasant. That is multiplication of 2.5. Now, if you're not sure how to get that one straight away, do 10 divided by 4 and it will tell you what it was multiplied by. Okay, if you do 10 divided by 4, you will get 2.5. So a scale factor is 2.5. That tells us that shape B is 2.5 times bigger than shape A, and therefore all of its measurements go up by that. So this time we actually don't know. Now this is quite a nice one. I like this question because we essentially, before, what we would have done in the last question, we would have done this number multiplied by 2.5 gives us this number. However, we can't do that this time, okay? We don't know what it is. So we're going to go backwards, and actually we're just going to do the inverse operation. And instead of multiplying, because we're going this way now, we're going to divide by 2.5. Okay? So yeah, alternatively you could write it as a bit of an equation. That's not a problem if you want to do it like that. I'll show you how to do that. So that is 2.4 meters. Okay, to write it as an equation, what you could say is F multiplied by scale factor equals 6, and therefore F equals 6 divided by 2.5. Okay, which is the calculation we've done, but if you find it easy to look at it like that, do it that way, okay? There's certainly nothing wrong with doing it that way. Right, another one here. I've only got this one and one more afterwards, and you get to try some for yourself. So again, we're going to look at our corresponding sides, and the pair that we've been given are these two here. So those are the ones that we're looking at to find our scale factor, and we've 5 multiplied by 6 is 30. The scale factor is 6 times bigger shape here. And again, we're actually going to go the other way here because our unknown is on our first shape that we our kind of original shape there, okay? So we can go back, and that's why the arrows are really helpful here, because, you know, if it's going this way, you know, you're multiplying. If it's going that way, you're going to be dividing. So we're going to divide by 6, which gives us 4 centimetres. A bit nicer than the last one, isn't it? Nice when you get a nice number. Okay, just one more of these to go. Right then, so this time our corresponding sides are these ones here, and actually you might notice on this one here that our first shape is actually larger than the second shape, which we've not seen yet, okay, and that's perfectly fine. It means though that we're going to have a fraction less than 1 for our scale factor, because remember, when you look at enlargements in maths, if you get if your enlargement makes a shape smaller, which it can do, okay, enlargements can make the shape smaller, it just means change of size, then it's going to have been multiplied by a number less than 1 to make it smaller. So 36 multiplied by, excuse me, now this is where the little trick on the calculator comes in handy. You could do 18 divided by 36 to get that fraction, which would actually be 2/3, okay, because 18 divided by 36, oh sorry, 2/3, where am I at? Okay, I've seen 29, that's what I'm thinking, I've seen the 29 down here. It's not 2/3, it's a half, okay, multiplied by a half, because that would simplify down to a half, okay. So this shape is half as big as that one, okay, half as big. So because, it's looking a bit scruffy now, isn't it? Let me just rewrite that one, multiplied by 1/2. And again, the missing side length is on the original shape, so we're going to work back up here to get to this one. That's its equivalent side there, corresponding side. So here we've multiplied by half, and because we're going the opposite way, we do the inverse and we divide by a half. Now dividing by a half is actually the same as multiplying by 2, okay, that's the same calculation. So we get 20, 40, 58 centimetres, okay, that's 58 centimetres. So I can't anticipate having too many issues with these. Just try and be organised in what you're doing, okay, because of course when we're going from questions which, where was the first one, here we are, where the unknown side is on the second shape, and then we're moving from those to questions where it's on the first shape, of course the technique's going to be slightly different, okay, but as long as you're on your toes you should be fine.